I don't know where we're going to be in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. I have no idea. But I do know that the one thing I'll still care about that's a good thing is friendship, is community, is people I genuinely care about and who care about me. And so I feel like with what we're doing in TLC, with technology more generally, like my love of games growing up, all of that, I feel like this dishonest steward that's saying like, okay, all this mammon stuff, like I'm gonna use the gifts that I have to make friends. And like I said this on the live stream last night, is that like I can't the Petersonian pull yourself up by the bootstraps, you know, I can't save myself. You know, I can't do it. You know, obviously by the grace of God, he can save me. But maybe the people who I care about and care about me have a hand in saving what I care about. And I don't know, the one thing I'm sure about is that friendship and caring about your friends and supporting your friends is good. And there's very few things that I'm absolutely sure of.
Yeah, well, that's teleological, right? I mean, if you look at Scripture, that's exactly what the communion of saints is. It's communion of friendship, right? And if Lewis is correct, that friendship is properly understood as two people looking at the same thing and appreciating and admiring and worshiping the same thing, that's what friendship is. And I think what we experience here in TLC in our various versions of it, it's a bunch of us trying to look at the same thing, not in the same way, right? I think that's a crucial distinction, maybe. And so for I see the TLC like you, Neil, I think, which is it's friendship coded, right? It's an anticipation, right? Our friendships anticipate. For me, they anticipate the heavenly banquet, that we're all together singing Sanctus, Sanctus, Sanctus. So I agree. I think I take that stuff very seriously.
Jonathan Demir is here. Upcycle is here. Tayo says he's jumping on.
Look at this.
Haven't seen him down here yet. I'm cooking up a beat. The stars are aligning, folks. This is turning out
Neil,
to be the best Sunday chill stream ever.
But Neil, to your point, there's one thing you're sure of. I agree. Absolutely. And so we should talk more seriously about friendship, right? But I think it's also, for some reason when you were talking, I was also thinking of the Desert Fathers, right? And I said that what I said earlier, that Mammon won. I think if you look at the past, right? What did serious Christians do? In part, there's this recognition that you need to retreat from the noise, right? So you look at somebody like Saint Benedict. What's up, Tayo? You look at somebody like Saint Benedict, right? Saint Benedict retreats from the noise of Rome because Rome is a cesspit, right? It's corrupt, it's disgusting, it's gross, it's all these sorts of things. And so he literally pulls himself out of elite circles that he was supposed to be in. He really checks out. And then what happens though is that because of his radical witness and his listening to the, with the ear of the heart and all this sort of stuff, he gathers around him like-minded dudes who want to do this thing. They want to live. And so it starts in that. So the monastery, the model of a monastery, and you don't have to get very technical if you don't want to, but the model of the monastery is it's supposed to be an ordered friendship. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
The virtual monastery of TLC.
Yeah.
Is a community in the way communities are, in the fact that it's guts. There's something binding us together. And we're saying that thing is friendship. Then there'll only be as many communities as there are Dunbar numbers.
Who the hell is Dunbar? And why does he get to decide how many friends I have? That doesn't dictate me, not trolling you after that.
I'd like Jonathan or Noah to throw a topic on the table.
Yeah, let's talk about.
Neil,
actually, I'm going to mute you for that, even though you're right. I'm gonna mute you for that. Just you muted yourself, but I'm gonna mute you for that because this is still my stream. This is not the Friday.
Oh, I didn't know if there was like a double secret mute that like even though it appeared to me that I'm not muted, that you actually muted me, so I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, I just mute you for myself so I can't hear you. No, Neil, you're right. Let's
Like,
hear from Jonathan. And
you
Noah.
shadow ban me and nobody. Yeah, go ahead.
This is what we need, and hopefully in person as well, in addition to digital stuff.
And his plan was to free slaves, and then the slaves that he freed, some of them would join him in his
Predominantly nonviolent
The Heavenly Banquet.
militia.
In person as well.
violence that changes the average American consciousness, violence that changes the hearts and minds